Part 13, HTML Forms. Introduction. HTML forms are a crucial part of web development, allowing websites to collect user input, interact with users, and send information to servers. From login pages to product orders, forms are everywhere. This chapter will cover HTML form attributes, elements, input types, and input attributes, giving you a comprehensive understanding of how to create and manage forms in HTML. The form element. The form element is used to create a form for collecting user input. Forms usually contain different input elements such as text fields, checkboxes, and submit buttons. The data entered in the form is typically sent to a server for processing. Example: form action equals /submit_form.php method equals post. Input type equals text, name equals username. Input type equals submit, value equals submit. /form action specifies where to send the form data. Method specifies the HTTP method to be used, get or post. HTML form attributes. Action attribute defines where to send the data once the form is submitted. This is usually a server-side script, PHP, Python, etc. Form action equals /submit.php. Method attribute specifies the HTTP method to send the form data. Common methods are get and post. Get appends data to the URL. Not secure for sensitive information. Post sends data in the HTTP request body, more secure for large or sensitive data. Form method equals post. Target attribute specifies where the form's response will be displayed, e.g., in the same window, new tab. Form action equals /submit.php target equals _blank. Autocomplete attribute enables or disables form autocompletion. Form autocomplete equals on. HTML form elements. Input element. The most commonly used form element. It can be customized using different type attributes. Input type equals text, name equals first name. Label element. The labeled tag defines a label for an input element. It is particularly useful for accessibility, making forms easier to use for screen readers and easier to click for users. Label for equals fname, first name /label. Input type equals text, ID equals fname, name equals fname. Select element creates a drop-down list, allowing users to choose one option from a set. Label for equals cars, choose a car /label. Select ID equals cars, name equals cars. Option value equals Volvo /option. Option value equals /option. /select. Text area element. Used to create a multi-line text input area. Text area name equals message, rows equals 4, calls equals 50. Enter your message here. /text area. HTML input types. Text input defines a single-line text field. Input type equals text, name equals first name. Password input defines a password input field. Text is obscured for security. Input type equals password, name equals password. Radio buttons allows users to select one option from a set of predefined choices. Input type equals radio, name equals gender, value equals male, male. Input type equals radio, name equals gender, value equals female, female. Checkboxes allows users to select multiple options. Input type equals checkbox, name equals vehicle 1, value equals bike, I have a bike. Input type equals checkbox, name equals vehicle 2, value equals car, I have a car. Submit button defines a button to submit the form. Input type equals submit, value equals submit. Button defines a clickable button, often used with JavaScript. Input type equals button, value equals click me, onclick equals alert, button clicked. HTML input attributes. Value attribute predefines the value inside an input field. Input type equals text, name equals username, value equals John. Placeholder attribute displays a hint inside the input field. Input type equals text, name equals email, placeholder equals enter your email. Required attribute makes a field mandatory. Input type equals text, name equals username, required. Disabled attribute disables an input field. Input type equals text, name equals username, disabled. Read-only attribute makes an input field read-only, meaning the user cannot modify the value. Input type equals text, name equals username, value equals John, read-only. Input form attributes. The noValidate attribute prevents the browser from validating the form before submission. Form noValidate. The InkType attribute specifies how the form data should be encoded when submitting to the server. Often used with file uploads. Form InkType equals multipart/form data. The name attribute gives an input or form a name, making it easier to access when processing the data. Input type equals text, name equals username. Conclusion. HTML forms provide the backbone for interacting with users on the web, allowing for data collection, authentication, and much more. With a solid understanding of form attributes, elements, and input types, you'll be able to create powerful and user-friendly forms for your websites. By learning these tags and attributes, you can enhance your website's functionality and create efficient data collecting forms that suit any project requirement.